Okay, hey guys, ESG here, and well, I'm here with another Grand Theft Auto 5 video, and this time it's for the creator, and we're going to be creating a deathmatch. And yeah, I tried creating another one before, but I miserably kind of failed, so I'm gonna try again. And just to show you guys a feature that I didn't figure out until later, if you go to the pause menu and just hover over where you want on the map, you can just press A and warp there. Like so. Just gonna find a place. Trying to find a good place to make a tutorial that won't really affect it too much. Do a middle of the highway. Okay, so once this loads, well, yeah, okay, here we are. Okay, so we're in the middle of the highway, and so we're just gonna call this map tutorial. For the description, I'm gonna put Elite Storm Gaming YouTube channel. I mean, no, not YouTube channel. YouTube tutorial map. I need to redo that because I don't like putting things in all capitals. Well, I mean the first letter of every single word in all capitals. Okay, so I wouldn't recommend doing the photo until later because later you can include the vehicles and props and all that in it. Maximum players are just gonna set at 12. And I'm actually going to move this map because I'm going to actually publish this, and I'm going to put it right there. Looks like a good place. Hey, oh, see, this is the place I was looking at. So yeah, it's also a pretty good feature. It's like if you want to put something inside a building, you can just press back to switch cameras and go into first person, and just find a building you can go into, like this gas station, and you can activate the menu and add all this stuff. I don't really do this, but I'm thinking of actually doing it because it would probably be better. But first we gotta go place the trigger, so I'm switching back cameras. Do that by pressing back, and it's going to go right here. Actually, yeah, right there. Lobby camera. I'm just going to do this now because I usually do it anyways. It has to be close to the trigger. If you go outside of it, you'll see this red bubble or half sphere, if you want to call it that. And then that shows you where you have to take the picture from, so I'm just going to do it right here. And spawn points. Spawn points are where you respawn and spawn in a normal deathmatch, and in a team deathmatch, it's just where you respawn. So I'm going to put two on this roof over here, facing each other. I'm not sure if it matters the order you put these onto the map. And so I need 24 spawn points because I have 12 maximum players, and you need 2 per player. Sorry if I'm kind of stuttering or whatever, because I can't think when I'm talking a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to this camera and put a few spawn points inside the gas station. If you want to just put it where you are, the best way to do it is just to stand over it and then look down or something. Although it's kind of hard to do anything in this mode too, kind of, because the running around. I'm pretty sure there's a way to walk though. Not sure how to do it because I don't know anything. I mean, I don't know. I don't know everything about this game. There's one in here. I'm just gonna switch back to normal view. So I'm gonna add one here. I'm just going to stop the video here, and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, guys, I am back, and so I've added the minimum amount of spawn points we need. If you want to have a more randomized chance of where you're gonna spawn, then you can place more. You can place up to 59, but the minimum I had to do for 12 players was actually 24. But like with 2 players, which is the minimum, it would be 4, and with 16 players, it would be 32, because that's the maximum. That's exactly that, and then you have to do the team start points. I place mainly my spawn points in here, in the middle, so I'm just gonna place my start points a little like over here, farther out. I'm going to do this now. This won't take that long, so I'm just going to place these, and I'm not going to pause the video because, like I just said a second ago, it's not going to take that long. I just got a Facebook notification through the headphones I'm wearing right now. I do have an Xbox headset, but I'm not talking to anyone right now, and I don't have the one that can plug into the computer at the same time. So, and since I'm not talking to anyone, I don't need it. So right now I just have it going through the TV, and I'm talking through my computer headset. But soon I'm going to get the Turtle Beach X12, and I'm going to be able to talk to my friends and play and live commentary at the same time. So, and then next is weapons. You can either add the weapons where you want randomly, which is usually what I do, or you can go to randomize and place spawn points off if you don't want to place those, or if you do, you can also do those spawn points. And set these to around pretty much just either if you don't want a lot, do low. If you want like medium, like it says, do this, and you like high, you should probably get it by now. It's gonna do medium and set this to the maximum. Gonna place a few of these. The screen will go black for a second while it's placing these. Don't, like it just did, don't think that it's the Xbox, like your Xbox or whatever you're playing on, messing up. So yeah, because that's what I thought at first, but then I realized that. Anyways, okay, so I placed the weapons in. We can either place the props or the vehicles. First I'm going to do the vehicles, and I'm just going to show you. So this would be a good place for a map, because you see there's a road right here. And I mean, not a map, a jet, sorry. But it would be a good place for a jet, and anyone could easily just take off right here. The jets, for some reason on here, don't take a lot of room to take off, so it's good enough. I used the docks at one point to take off, and that's kind of long. I mean, short, yeah, short. I still can't talk. You can also add the regular planes if you want, because I have this map called Airfield, and it has Airfield 1, Airfield 2, Airfield 3, and Airfield 4. But yeah, in that map, it would be perfectly fit to have these regular ones in it. And by the way, if you're new to the creator, don't expect to be able to create a map at the airport or the military base, because those are both blocked off from any map creating in there because they're a restricted area. But this airfield right here and this one right here are both perfectly fine to use. Fort Zancudo over here is not, and this airport over here is not. Everywhere else, I'm pretty sure you can. Maybe not everywhere, but yeah. You can also add whatever helicopters you want. Like, I'm just going to add this cargo bob. Alright. Just going to add it. Right about. Since this is tutorial, I'm just going to place it wherever. If I were you, I'd place it in a way that it won't block off any place. but it's close enough that they can reach without dying every time. I mean, so yeah. I'm just going to pause it now while I place everything else, except I just want to point out that if you're looking for the buzzard, it's in the police category. So for some reason, so is the annihilator. And in the military category, you have the tank, which I don't usually like placing tanks because then if one person gets a tank, they can destroy all the other things that can be used to destroy, except the explosive weapons. So I don't usually like placing those, but for this tutorial, I will. And I do place them on some of my maps still, but I'm just gonna pause it now. So see ya. Okay, just I want to note something. Right now, my model memory ran out, which is each time you add a different model, it goes up, and that's because I have too many weapons. So, if you use the randomized thing and get all the weapons, if you place it like 2 times or have it on high, I'm not sure how much you get on high, but then your model memory will be quite high, and you can only add like 10 vehicles like I did. Well, actually less than that if you only add 1 of each model. So I'm just going to delete these things while it's paused. But yeah, I guess I'll see you again. Okay, I'm back, but I'm just not going to place any more vehicles. I just don't recommend having this much weapons. I mean, just don't place all the weapons with the randomizer and don't place 40 of them because you won't have enough for vehicles. Props, I still have a little bit for props. So there's like dynamic things like barrels and stuff that explode when you shoot them. And then there's these other things like ramps and stuff if you want to do stunts or something. There's ramps. And like there's these wood things. I'm trying to there's some stuff like that in this one. But I don't know, and there's these other ones, there's like some wood stuff. And so if you're like trying to create like a little building, like a simulated construction, like something that's being constructed, then you can place those wood things. I'm not sure where they are, but you can probably find them on their own. I had a little trouble finding them myself. It's not these wood piles, by the way. Alright, anyways. Yeah, so we placed everything in there. Deathmatch details, we're going to take our photo now. There, I just get a photo like that. Okay, so we have all this set except time limit will be 15 minutes with 15 kills. And traffic, I think, should be off so that you don't actually shoot anything. And also, I like to do forced plus pickups because then it's an even battle between players who have a major level difference. Like if it was 2 people, level 1, level 120, who do you think would win? But so I like to use this so it's even, and I'm just gonna put a micro SMG. Traffic's off because you don't want to shoot them. Lobby radio, I'm just gonna set to. I like West Coast Talk Radio. And you have to test. And you can put invincibility on if you don't want to die and you're just testing it for issues and just to get it over with. So, yeah, I usually just put invincibility on. See, I just started getting shot now, but thankfully I got it on quick enough. So, if you place your spawn points like really close together and you give them guns and stuff, then you're most likely going to die if you don't have invincibility on. And you are probably you might die, and you probably will when you try to, because you're so close together. And yeah, see, this guy did spawn in here. Actually, no, he didn't spawn in here. Should have done something with this place. But yeah, while I'm testing, I'm just gonna pause it. By the way, I'm going to unpause it for a second, but so if you're like in a buzzard or a jet, like I'm getting in now, and you switch to rockets, it will lock on to the it will lock on to the players for some reason. And just as a demonstration. See, it just locked on to 2 people already. And another reason I unpaused it was because I was going to do something. I was going to kind of Well, I'll do something there. You'll see what it was in just a second. I just need to find some. I just need to get far enough away and have enough time to know where they are. See what I'm gonna do in just a second. Just gonna turn my missile on so I know where some person is. I think I might have just killed somebody doing that. Yes, I did just do what you thought I just did, but I'm gonna pause it again now. Oh yeah, one more thing. What I meant by why I don't like to place tanks is and I'm just going to show you what I mean now. Now that blowing that thing up wasn't part of it. I'm just gonna pause it while I try to get over this again. Okay, well I'm gonna unpause it now because I feel like it. But okay, this is what I mean by you probably shouldn't place tanks unless you want to and you're going to use them because people will most likely just take them and then destroy everything that can be used to kill them. So if you do have tanks, I would recommend have something to use against them, like explosives or something. Let's see, like I just did now. It just takes that. It takes one hit to blow up a buzzard and a few hits to blow up a tank, and a one hit to blow up a jet. And within those hits, if you don't have a lot of jets or vehicles like that to destroy tanks, then you could have easily already have yourself a monster that you pretty much can't control, aka a tank. So yeah, just pretend those were the only things on the the map that could destroy this tank, except for the weapons. Because, well, that actually isn't, but just pretend that. So, yeah. And then this person would be able to go around without really being disturbed until you actually got. What was I gonna say? Until you kill them with an explosive weapon. So I'm gonna pause it now again. Also, if I was recording when you saw those guys on the roof, well, I do like to place spawn points on the roof. It's kind of a challenge to get off if they're high enough, number one. But number two, I also like to place weapons up there for them if it's like high enough so that they can't get down. Because then, it's usually a sniper, because then they have some way to get a kill before they just jump off and kill themselves somehow, or someone else spawns up there. I usually have more than one spawn point on the roof if it's high enough that they can't jump off. Because then someone can, because then you can just, the other person can kill them, and then they can spawn off the roof. Or if they're unlucky enough, they'll just spawn right back on the roof, but, okay, yeah, I'm gonna... Okay, so I just got done with the test, and so yeah, now that the test is done, we can just, well, after this loads, we can save and publish. Okay, now save, then it'll save, and then you can just publish it. It'll tell you, do you want to actually publish it? You can just choose yes. I would recommend saving before you publish. And if you do change something like the title, the title or anything pretty much, then you have to update the version. But if you haven't done anything, it won't let you. And yeah, that's the end of this tutorial. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in